I'm going to share my desktop. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, and I'm not sure if anybody's going to stop in or not, but I like to be available for people who have questions that don't want to get spammed, don't want to get pressured, who just want the information or just want help. So that is why I'm here. I'm here to help and inform, and if you do want a policy, I can also accommodate that request. However, I'm just on here right now waiting for somebody to hop on. I'm going to share this on my Facebook page. And maybe, just maybe, somebody will stop in. We'll see. Let's see. I did a video earlier on the top 20 most Googled life insurance questions. I think I was pretty comprehensive as far as like the answers and everything. Let me see if I can share this video. I think I can, yes. I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to share it on my Facebook page. And I'm also going to add in the descriptions. So we can have those as well. I haven't had much luck on this this wide format. Like the smaller format seems to be the way to go. But we'll see. We'll see if anyone stops in. I know there are people out there looking, and I know there are people out there who are tired of getting the runaround, and they're tired of getting the runaround. They're tired of getting the spam phone calls, and okay. Tired of getting the runaround. They're tired of getting the phone calls. They're tired of getting the line advertisements. I know there are people out there looking for life insurance, and one of the biggest issues that I've seen is the fact that a lot of the advertisements are just designed to get your information. They're not designed to get you life insurance. They're not designed to get you life insurance. They're not designed to help you. They're not designed to inform you. They're designed to strictly to get your information, right? That's what they are designed to do, and that is how they work, right? So that's why I'm on here. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. But that's what I've seen personally as far as the life insurance space, that over the past 10 years, I've seen people want to get life insurance, and I've seen them absolutely harassed nonstop for that. So I am here. I am going to be here for about 2 hours while people hop online. I've got a call at 1 o'clock, so I will be available until 1, or until, if no one shows up in the first hour, then I will probably switch to a different format, to the horizontal or vertical. So, all right. So I'm just doing a search online to see if there are any questions. If anybody posted any questions, I don't engage in those questions, right? Because, all right, just because there's so many people, right? So many people who go in and comment business card after business card, and they're all the same, right? All right, let me see here. I'm going to switch to my personal page. Let's see. Probably send Amy a message here, see if she actually does. I will invite her to my live. That will be the extent of my my harassment of Amy. I'm going to do recent posts. Okay. Life insurance recommendations. Let me see if I can find Miss Amy. This is a horrible story, by the way. This one, for all of my zero watchers, be careful who you trust with your family's insurance. This lady, right? This lady, and this hurts because she lost her, I believe, her son on the 4th of July, and in a fire, which is tragic. And she was doing she thought she was doing the responsible thing, and she had a life insurance policy, or she thought she did, right? There was some guy who went by, uh, allegedly signed her up for life insurance. He passed away. She called the company to file a claim, and they're like, "We've never gotten anything from you. There's nothing on file." So there was some guy going around collecting payments from people, signing people up for life insurance, and just going around each month and collecting the money. This is not the first time this has happened, by the way. There was a case in Georgia a few years back where some guy had signed up like 50 or 60 different people for life insurance, and didn't actually sign them up. He was just going around collecting the money each month, which is probably around $3,000 or so a month, if not more, from these people. And I think one of the people died, and then they went to file a claim, and the same thing happened. This is not common, but it has happened before, right? So you've got to be really, really careful with who you trust. Always verify. Trust, but verify. That's right. Like, no matter who you get a policy with, always read the policy to make sure there are no gotchas, nothing like that. You want to make sure that your policy is your policy is your policy. So I hope they find this guy. I hope they put him in front of a firing squad. And I know that's not proportional, but I do believe that that would be justice, in my opinion. All right, I see a video of me. Look there, there I am. This is where I answer the top 20 questions. This person's got a lot of green. What do you think that is? If something happened today with your life. Okay. If something happened to you today, would your life insurance go to the person you want it to? Don't answer too quickly. Marriage, divorce, children, grandchildren. Your beneficiary should change when your life does. Yeah, okay, yes, true, right? Now here, how do you change beneficiaries? What you have to do to change a beneficiary is you have to get because it's a contract, right? Like life insurance is a contract between you and the life insurance company. So you make your payments, and their obligation is to pay your family in the event of your death, based on the type of policy you have. And the beneficiary is a part of that contract, right? So to change that part of the contract, you need to get a beneficiary adjustment form, or change request form from your life insurance company. You have to fill it out, like your old beneficiary, your new beneficiary. You have to take that to a notary where there has to be a witness, and they have to sign it and stamp it and send it back, and then change your beneficiary that way. So it's not a complicated process. It does take maybe like an hour or two of your time to change it, but it's nothing you can do on the phone. And the reason why is because, let's say someone knew you had a life insurance policy and they were not the beneficiary and they wanted to be, they could call in, say they were you with your personal information, and change it. So that's why the notary is required. That's why the change form is required. Just a protection measure. But if you do need to change it, contact your insurance company, request the beneficiary change form. Go to the notary, get that signed, fax it back in, or mail it back in, and have that taken care of. Life insurance recommendations. Oh, sure, I could do that. My life insurance recommendation for is to get it if you have kids under 18. But as far as companies are concerned, for term policies, I would recommend Banner, Protective, Pacific, Prudential. For term policies, for whole life policies, if you're healthy, Mutual of Omaha. If it's just high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and maybe some diabetes, all of these are controlled. I would go with Mutual of Omaha. They're not the cheapest, but they're not the most expensive either. They're kind of in the middle. And that would be my recommendation. Now, if you had serious health issues or you had multiple health issues outside of the high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and diabetes, then I would recommend working with a broker. I know that might not be something you want to hear, but they do have access to multiple carriers. They can put in all of your information into one of their tools and pull up the best life insurance company for your particular situation. All right, so what do we have here? I met with a neighbor yesterday. Okay, that's a life insurance agent. Anyone here have full life? Okay, the good and bad. Life insurance isn't just a death benefit. Life insurance, okay. Okay. Yeah, this is just outlining the the process for life insurance. It's so simple, guys. It's so simple. If you have kids, take the 15 minutes to fill one of these things out and spend the 40 or $50 a month to get a policy in place. It's too important not to have it. It really is, especially if you got kids. Every other situation I can forgive and understand, but with kids, it's just like they depend on you for so much for everything. I mean, you're paying for their room, their board. You're paying for their clothes. You're paying for those after school activities. You're paying for them to take classes, after school activities. Everything that they do, you are taken care of from a financial standpoint. So if you realize that if you go away, what their financial situation is going to be like, and you don't like that, spend the 15 minutes to get a policy. It's really not hard, and if you go to the right people, it's not complicated either. Let's see, North Carolina. Yeah, this is the worst story. Yeah, she was doing what she was supposed to do. Like she had a policy on herself and her kid. Right? Do you know how few people have that? Right? You know how many people actually think about that? And then she was just conned, which is horrible. Death penalty for that guy or girl. I'm not sure. Okay. The smallest part of life is if I have not seen this advertisement before. That's not horrible. I'm a life insurance pro. Going without life insurance is like driving without a seatbelt because you don't plan to crash. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All of these slogans just fall on deaf ears, man. Like after people have heard it like for 200 or 300 times, it's just they hear the same thing and it doesn't have the impact that these people believe it has. And maybe it will reach one or two people, and if it does, good. But I don't see it. Why is life insurance important? People should know. Financial truth, term or whole life, which fits your lifestyle. Yeah, term, affordable, short term, protect term. Yeah. See, the thing, a term policy is not designed to build generational wealth. Whole life policy really isn't either. But a term policy is designed to protect your obligations, right? So if you have young kids, if you have a mortgage, if you're building up towards retirement, you're providing income for your family. That's what a term policy is designed to do. And you have to calculate how long you need that term. Like how long will your income be needed? How long will that mortgage last? How long will your kids still be dependent on you? That's what a term policy is designed to do. It's designed to protect your family while you are fulfilling your obligations. So if you're raising your kids and you pass away when they're like 8 years old, the term policy steps in and says, okay, well, John or Mike or Susan has this policy, and here is the money for your family to continue what he was doing or she was doing. Whole life coverage, it does last your entire lifetime. Typically, it's uh, it's 5 times more expensive for 1/5 of the coverage amount. My recommendations for whole life policies are straight, just strictly for a burial or cremation. That's what I would recommend personally. Oh, this is my Epson printer, guys. You see this? I tell it not to ask me again, but it's adamant about updating. So the whole life policy lasts your entire life. It's more expensive. It's better for seniors looking for burial or cremation. I don't think there's really any reason for people to get one of these unless it's for burial or cremation. Now, I've seen some people who were sold a policy when they were like 30 from a friend, and they had it when they were 60. And in that case, good. Hey, they've got something in place. But I think the money they would have made if they would have invested themselves would have been much higher than what they would have had in the life insurance policy. But guaranteed approved. Okay. With my life insurance, my parents taught me. All right, myth versus fact. No one cares about myth versus fact. The only people who are going to look for life insurance are the people who have thought about their death. That's it, right? If they've not thought about their death, they're probably not going to look. If you sat down and you're like, okay, what happens to my wife, my husband, my kids if I pass away from a financial standpoint? That is usually when people start looking. The other time when people start looking for life insurance is when they know someone roughly their age or younger that passed away and that person did not have life insurance. They see the GoFundMe online. They're like, whoa, we are not protected. We need to get that taken care of as soon as possible. Now, I don't know if this is an appropriate place to advertise, but I would assume that it would be a good one. I don't know if I would advertise at a funeral. Seems like a little bit in poor taste, but if it gets the message across, right? I mean, my message is for kids, right? Like if you have kids under 18, that is my message as far as life insurance is concerned. But interesting technique. I'm sure they might get a couple clients there too. And I don't think life insurance sponsors funerals yet. I don't think they do that quite yet. This funeral is brought to you by Banner Term. This funeral is brought to you by Mutual of Omaha. Protect what matters the most with insurance. Okay, see, this is good. This is a mom, 2 kids. All right, I like this. This is cool. A little reminder. See, I think that's one good thing about I've noticed a trend. I've been trying to do it. I try to, have people think about death, but also think about life. Like I think you live life a little more fuller or a little fuller if you actually think about death. You're less likely to get angry. You're less likely to get agitated. Less likely to hold grudges. You have more gratitude if you actually kind of realize that you are in fact going to die. I think that's one of the benefits of thinking about death, if there is such a thing, is it you actually think about your family as far as the financial obligations, but you also think about your family from um, your parental obligations or your family obligations, where you're more loving, more accepting, more forgiving. So yes, there are benefits to thinking about death. You tend to go a little harder from day to day, as opposed to just like sitting back watching Netflix or whatever. But my mama gone. Okay, I'm not sure. All right, yeah. Oh, she got comments on hers. Yep, yep. Over the past few weeks, there have been a lot of people die. I have my family group and friend group have lost a few people. It's like ourselves. Like we seen a few people pass away over the past few weeks, and it is pretty tragic. The most recent one was a couple weeks, or actually, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was a mom of three kids. Youngest one was 5. I think oldest one was like 10 or 11, and 41 years old. She went upstairs to take a nap, and her husband went up to check on her after an hour or two. I think she was going to come back down and watch some TV or something, and just couldn't wake her up. That was it. Luckily, the kids were away at camp, but he had to drive to pick them up from camp, and I'm assuming have the hardest conversation of his life with them. So, no, don't do this. Do not get a return of premium policy, people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Why would you say I get all my money back? You do in fact get all of your money back with a return of premium policy. However, it's like having a 0% interest savings account for 20 to 30 years. And if that's something you're into, fine. Why do I say don't get it? Well, it's 3 to 4 times more expensive, typically 4 times more expensive than just a straight up life insurance policy, right? I'm not sure what age this person's quoting for, but I can guarantee you that if this is $118, then the same person would be able to get a just a 20-year term policy for about 25 to $30. Now, it sounds great. Here are some of the downsides for the return of premium. One, you're locked in, right? If you have it for 20 years and you cancel on year 19 with 6 months to go, you get none of the money back. None of the money. It's not coming back to you. You have to be with the company for the entire duration of the term. You're paying 4 times the amount of money. You're stuck with this company for the entire duration of the term. But I mean, if you're an agent or a company, that's really good. You've got a locked in client. You get a bigger commission check. But as far as the person's concerned, I would say you're better off just paying for a level term without the return of premium and saving 75%. Investing that 75% by yourself will yield more money, significantly more money than if you just went with a return of premium. It's a good selling tactic. I get it. You don't want to pay for something and not see any returns after, 20 years, but you would make more money if you took the difference and invested it. Yeah. All right. What do we have here? Mm, $110 a month? Wow. Yeah, the person they the agent or alleged agent they signed them up with American Amicable, which is a good company by the way. Maybe a little, they're not too much more expensive than other companies, but $110 a month is that means she was going all out with her policy. She was actually trying to protect herself and her family, and this person needs to be in front of a firing squad. Um, Mauled by dogs, severely beaten, whatever they need to do to this person. She does look like. So I'm glad the community came together and helped her out because that's ridiculous. And if he was scamming her, he was probably scamming multiple people. Like I said before, in Georgia, it happened. I think it was like 50 or 60 people. It was a few years back, but you really, really, really have to trust or verify. You can trust, but verify always. So let's see what else happened. Yeah, I'm not sure if American Amicable would really have anything to say about that. Like if there was a policy filed with them and they were receiving the money, they would have paid. They're a good company, a little more expensive than some of the other ones, but they are still a really good company. Um, I don't think they're at fault. It depends on who they catch, right? Maybe that person was an insurance agent and was licensed with American Amicable. Maybe he thought he would make more money if he went out by himself and just pretended to sell this stuff. I don't know. I don't know what. I hope they find him. I hope they severely punish him. I'm talking about multiple years in jail for this, like a long time. All right. Yeah. What else do we have here? We have anything else? Oh, rain. It's raining here too, by the way, all zero people. It's raining here in South Carolina, in York, South Carolina, which is nice because it hasn't rained in a while. Downside is I couldn't take my dogs for a walk. The bright side is that it's raining and it's been getting hot every day, like 100 degrees, 95, 100 degrees. And for the past several days, it's gotten really cloudy and it looked like it was going to rain and then the sun would come out. Then it would get cloudy again and the sun would come out. But finally, I guess it broke through and we actually have rain, which I'm very pleased with. Let's see. Who do we have here? Some people see life insurance. Okay. I like their outfit. I like that hat. That's a good hat. I would want my life insurance agent to have a hat like that. I might get one. I might get one, guys. If someone depends on you financially, you need life insurance. No. Right, guys? No. I mean, this is a no brainer. No brainer. Uh, 23-year-old interested in life insurance, mainly life insurance with living. Oh, it's living benefits. Got a dollar that says he's a salesperson. No, he looks like he is not. This might be a data broker for life insurance agents. A lot of times people will post things like this just to get life insurance engaged, and then they will try to recruit them to their pyramid scheme. So, also, you see this a lot with these posts online. Like people like, who's a good life insurance agent or what's a good life insurance company? And if you look at the comments, there's like 50, 60 comments. And what a lot of like smaller pages do is they will post stuff like this to get their engagement up. So in hopes of making more money. And life insurance agents do not let them down. They do not let them down. Like they'll post something about life insurance on your Facebook. If it's public, you will get 50, 60, 70 comments, all from the same person. Well, it's different people, but they're the same person. Life insurance costs less than you think. Yeah, it is less. I think most people don't want to work with a life insurance agent or call about life insurance because they think the life insurance agent is going to jack the price up. And that might be true in a lot of cases, but find someone who's not going to jack the prices up. It's not, don't pay too much for this stuff. Like I know people, or I've talked to people who are paying like $150 for something that should have been like $40 to $50. You know, just be careful with who you work with or with whom you work. Not sure of that grammar exactly. So early. My go-to carriers. Let's take a look here. Gerber. Gerber's good. Forster's a little more expensive, but also good. Hancock, same thing, more expensive, but also good. Prudential, I really like Prudential as well. Mass Mutual is, I've not heard any bad things about Mass Mutual or Transamerica, so it sounds like he's got a pretty good roster of carriers. Um, the only thing I see missing really is Mutual of Omaha. I'd probably have them in there. And Prudential can I would have Banner term because that's my favorite. Prudential, the prices as far as Banner, they're roughly the same. So, but it looks like this man's got a great lineup. Um, so, who sells or knows of someone who can help me find life insurance policy? Okay, you have just opened the floodgates, Anisha. Happy to help. Hi, I'm a life insurance agent. Hi, I'm a licensed broker. Hi, I'm here for you. I'm happy to help. Okay. Oh, yeah. See, how do you stand out with that, right? I mean, if you're one of like 30 different people in someone's comments, then you know, how is that one person going to say, oh, well, it's going to be this one? I don't know. I don't know. Good life insurance, a policy that you have, that you understand, that's affordable, that does what you want it to do. That's good life insurance. What I'm a broker. Two of my companies, national and nationwide, State Farm. Blissfully me. I message you. Okay. So somebody messaged him. Okay. Kathy Insurance Group. Protect what matters. All right. That's cool. Life changes. Your life insurance should too. Okay. So this is more divorce. I guess 50% of marriages end divorce, and only 50% of people have life insurance. So I'm guessing there is some overlap in that group where they do have life insurance and they are divorced. So I'm not sure what the Venn diagram is for that, but all right. So this guy went out and got life insurance when he was in home care, I believe. I think I've seen his before. Licensed producer. Okay, cool. Good job. That's a nice card. What do we have here? Oh yeah, I'll take care of it one day. I mean, there's nothing to do if someone dies and they don't have life insurance. There's not too much to do but set up that GoFundMe account. Um, Typically, the family members, if there is a GoFundMe, they will start to actively look for life insurance, but it's too late after they're dead. Mm. And that's one thing with the GoFundMe's. I really like them. I mean, I really think it's cool that the friends and the family, they come together to support people in their time of need. But yeah, they also upset me a little bit, right? Especially when I see young kids involved in there, like survived by three kids, ages like 5, 7, and 9. I'm like, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you just spend the $50 a month? But you can't go back in time. You can only learn from that and move forward, and hopefully inspire other people to get a policy. That's the only thing you can hope to accomplish, really. Let's see. Now I have all right, I've been on here for about 33 minutes. I'm not sure how long I should stay on here. I don't know if it's this format. Obviously, it can't be me or the topic, right? But it can't be me or the topic. Hey, life insurance isn't going to bore people. They're not going to like tune away or zone out if we're talking about life insurance. It can't be my limited technology the why no one's joining on. But so yeah, I'm thinking about going to the different format, possibly going live that way, see if anyone hops on. It is Monday morning at 11:38 a.m. Eastern. So people on the West Coast, it's around 8:38. So they're probably heading to work. People on the East Coast, mm, uh, they're probably at work getting ready for lunch. If they're having a bad day, they're probably at lunch now, right? But what's the earliest you've gone to lunch? Yeah, was it 11 o'clock, or did you like do that 10:59 thing? A few people have done the 10:59 thing where they're like, it's close enough. I'm going to lunch. When I worked in corporate America, I probably did that a couple of times. I used to work uptown in Charlotte, for one of the big banks. And there were some days where, you went to lunch at 10:59, like you were planning that lunch about 10:05, and you just had to get out. But I hope that's not the case for you guys. I hope you guys are having a fun day at work. So yeah, this person needs life insurance suggestions. Let's see. I'm going to send them a message. Let me see. What is Miss Amanda? Amanda. All right. There we go. Sent Amanda a message. Just I gave her the straight up information on which company I would use. Oh, maybe I need to do an exercise channel, get in shape or something. Oh, whew. I've got a verification code. That's not going to help me. That's not going to do it. What do we have here? All right, no 2-year wait period, 2-year wait, $40,000 immediate burial coverage. See, this is one of the things that I kind of actively warn against. All right, if you're 50 to 60, then yeah, you could start with the $40,000. With the 60 plus, I would more than likely I would start looking at what is required for a burial or cremation, and then if that is a comfortable amount, then I would increase it, to the 15, 20, 25, 30,000. I wouldn't start with 40. I absolutely would not start with 40 or $50,000 worth of coverage. I would find out what your price is going to be at what's needed, and if that's comfortable, then I would go up. It's like there's a lot of people. They start at 40. They're like 70 years old. They start at $40,000 worth of coverage, and they see that price because the price is one of the factors. It's based on your age. So they'll see the price for the $40,000, and they shut down. They're like, nope, I'm not getting anything. So start with what you need, and then see what that's going to be. As far as this advertisement here, they're saying there's no 2-year wait period. That's not true. Now it could be true in the sense that they don't have any companies that have the 2-year wait period. So let's say, for example, you had a heart attack, or stroke last month. It's not going to be same day coverage. I don't care what company they're representing or pretending to represent. It's not going to be the case. It's not going to be the case. This is more than likely this is an attempt to get you to either call into a number or provide your information. Let's take a look and see what it is actually. I want to check my availability, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I get to see areas specifically for plans specifically for my area. Okay, let's see what we got. I am a male. I'll do that one. What's my birthday? Let's see. I'm going to say, how old do I want to be today? I'm going to say 56. Okay. Let's see. Do you currently have life insurance? Let's say no. I do, in fact, have life insurance. How much coverage do you want? Let's go with 30,000 plus. Okay. Who's going to be the beneficiary? So the more questions you answer like this, the more they charge people to buy it. So I'm going to put my name today is Thomas Crapper, the inventor of the crapper. All right. So let's see if they. Some of the best plans are built for people who've had cancer, heart attack, diabetes, or stroke. Have you? Now, see, you can have cancer. You have to be clear. If it's a one-time issue that's not skin cancer, then after a couple of years, they kind of look past it. A heart attack is kind of the same thing. Your first heart attack, in a few years, they will kind of downgrade it. Diabetes isn't a huge factor anymore as long as It's controlled. There's no neuropathy, amputations, nothing like that. Diabetes is pretty much par for the course for senior citizens these days. So most life insurance companies don't really count that against you unless, there's like diabetic neuropathy, there's an amputation, there's some kind of side effect with other organs. A stroke, yeah, it's going to be the same thing as cancer or heart attack, a one-time occurrence that's been clear for several years. It's not a huge factor, but I'm going to say no for that. And let's see, what do we have? It's preparing my plans and it wants an email address, right? So the more information I'm putting in there, the more expensive it's going to be. All right. As you can see, the questions look like it's building towards a price, and it's not, right? What it's building to is nonstop phone calls. See, your results are ready. Where should we send them? Okay. See, it's asking for the name, the phone number, and the email address, right? So Thomas Crapper. All right, I'm going to put in a fictitious phone number just because I don't want anyone to get these spam calls that are about to come through on this. Okay, and it's going to ask for my email address. I'm going to put so the more information you put in there, the more information that you provide them, the more they're going to charge someone to buy it. All right, so checking my availability, matching me with an agent. Okay. All right, so it actually matched me with an agent, so that's different, right? It's matching me with one person. Let's see, we'll send you an SM from the number below. It doesn't tell me who's going to call me or how many people are going to call me. So that's what it is. There's going to be spam calls for that. What else do we have here? Do we have anything else, guys? Lincoln Heritage. I like Lincoln Heritage. I really do. They are a little more expensive than other companies. I don't represent them, or I'm not affiliated in any way, but they are a good company. I like Lincoln Heritage. So there's a better way. $8,000 to $12,000 for a funeral, but there's a better way. Final expense coverage and a medical exam, rates stay locked in forever. That's pretty much all whole life insurance policies. The 2-year waiting period companies, that is a Colonial Penn. That's a guaranteed acceptance or a guaranteed issue type policy. What do we have here? All right, so this guy wrote $7,000 in fraudulent checks in York, South Carolina. Huh. Wonder. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. Life insurance for seniors. Okay, $10,000 from $17.23 a month. 50,000 from 81.70. So they're classifying seniors as 50 to 50 plus. The prices are quoted for a 55-year-old non-smoking female. Is this legit? I'm thinking about this one. There's a company out there. There's probably more than one, but there's one really popular company out there where it looks like you're getting a great deal for whole life insurance. It looks like you're getting a phenomenal deal, but it's not whole life. It's term life. And not only is it term life insurance, it's renewable term, which means the price is going to go up after the first year and then every 5 years after that until you can't afford it. And it automatically cancels once you're 80. I think this might be one of those situations. I'm not 100% sure. In fact, I can pull up, let's say, it says it's for a 55-year-old non-smoking male. And this is for how much was it? $50,000. Let's take a look. I've got a lot of carriers in here, and I don't represent all of them. Let's see, 71, 55-year-old female in excellent health. 513. Let's do 105 for the weight, non-smoker. And let's see, what do we have here for? Yeah, it's not true. Yep, absolutely not. This is more than likely, this is going to be, oh wait, hold on. Maybe it is true. Hold on. Give me a second. Oh. It's going to be close. It will be a close one. I'm not sure about this one, guys. I mean, it's possible that it's going to be, like, I've got all the carriers in here, or all the top carriers, and the lowest one's 103, and then it gets to the 120 mark. I would have to know more about this one. I think they're selling term policies that renew. Let me see if I can get some more information for you on this. All right, protect my family. I doubt if they're going to actually tell me anything on these things. Like I said, these are designed to get your information. Let's see. I'm going to be 55. I'm going to be a 55-year-old female today, guys. Female. Let's see. Let's say 5'3", 105. 105, right there. Okay. Non-smoker. Excellent health. I'm going to be in South Carolina, or let's be in Florida. No, South Carolina is a little bit better than Florida. We're not quite as wild as Florida. Beneficiary is going to be Jimmy Niehoff, and my name is going to be Sarah. Sarah Bolivier. Sarah. Let's see here. And it's asking for the phone number. Remember, guys, this is a trap. It is, in fact, a trap. Make sure that you're near a phone, a licensed agent. So no, I don't believe this. I think that this, I can't verify it completely, but I think this is going to be one of those instances where they're selling you a super expensive term policy that's going to keep increasing the price. I don't believe this is, in fact, a whole life insurance policy, but there's no way to verify that. I guess one way to verify it would be if you have a burner phone, you can put in that number, pretend to be a 55-year-old female in phenomenal health, and see and ask them if this is a whole life insurance policy. All right, what do we have here? Veteran spouses 2026 whole life insurance policy. So this is a niche market here. It's going to be the same life insurance policies as everywhere else, but they've kind of honed in onto a certain niche. Veteran spouses. I don't think this is affiliated in any way with the Army or Navy or the armed services. It's just they're advertising specifically to that demographic, and that's fine. There is a group out there that's actually it's an agency. It's an agency that focuses on veterans, because I think everybody on the team is veterans, so it's not uncommon to target certain niches. There's a truckers one. They want to focus primarily on truckers. No to your waiting period. Okay, see, this is the misleading. Now, what they're saying with this part here, no 2-year waiting periods, means that they're not selling anything that has a 2-year waiting period. But if you've got serious health conditions, that just means they can't insure you. So what they're trying to do is get you on the phone and see if they can find something that will give you day one coverage. That would be my guess on that one. But there are certain conditions where you can't get around it. Heart attack, stroke, like less than a year, multiple times. Amputations, dementia, certain conditions will always have a 2-year waiting period. Congestive heart failure, I think the later stages are going to be 2-year waiting period. If you solve rich people problems, you can get charged. Okay, maybe. All right. What is this? There's a snake in there. I don't know what kind of snake that is, but I would avoid it. Final expense coverage. Okay, so this is an AI gam, I guess. See if you qualify for the 25. Oh, is this one of those scam advertisements? I've done video after video on the scam advertisement. Let's see. All right. Well, I mean, that's not horrible advertisement. They're not lying to anybody, I don't think. It's possible that this company has uh, maybe they have a company that would be more lenient on whatever conditions she had that caused her to be declined. So, I mean, I don't hate that ad. It's not a bad ad. It's not saying that there's a free 25,000, free 40,000, anything like that. I've covered several of those, and those are living benefits. That's a new catchphrase, which means we're going to charge you a lot more. Let's see. Oh, okay. Mortgage protection. $250,000 for 19 a month, 400,000 for 25, 600,000 for 37. Quality term based for 20-year term for a healthy 30-year-old male. Okay. I mean, those aren't horrible prices. I mean, you're not, I think I'm pretty sure I can beat them, but they're not bad prices, guys. I've heard decent things about Quility. I don't think that's who they're with, but we can take a look and see what we can do. Let's see. Take a look at my website here since nobody's stopping by. It's got to be them. It can't possibly be me. Yeah, there's this great quote from a Star Trek when Dr. Crusher is like abandoned on the Enterprise. There's no one to be found, and it pretty much says, if there's nothing wrong with me, there must be something wrong with the universe. And I thought that was a great line, and I use that all the time. Let's see. So we're comparing banner term with whatever this advertisement is online. Looks like 250,000 for $19 a month. Can we beat that? I don't know. That's not a bad price, but I think we can beat it. I think we can beat it. $12. Boom. Look at that. 250. $12.24 a month. If you got kids, man, like if you got kids, $12.24 a month. God, dude. Let's see. What did they say? 400,000. How much was 400,000 there with this? 25 a month. How much is 400,000 with Banner? $15 a month. It's insane, man. It's freaking insane. 600,000. Let's go to 600,000. Can we do six? $600,000 worth of coverage with Banner term. $20 a month for 20-year term. Now, I would recommend a 30-year term personally, but yeah, that is what it is. So 30-year term, still $33 a month for $600,000. So if you got a kid, if you're 30 years old and you've got a kid that's under 18, you should have a kid under 18 if you're 30 years old. You should have a kid under your kid. If you have a kid and you're 30 years old, that kid should be under 18 unless something went wrong. But $500,000 worth of coverage for $30 a month. I don't why every parent in the U.S. doesn't have a policy like this. I don't know, guys. Don't know. But there it is. Also for mortgage protection too. You know, I don't harp on a lot of those other things as much as I should, I suppose, because I'm really adamant about parents with kids under 18 to have a policy. But yes, why you don't have mortgage protection is also a question. Let's see, no 2-year waiting period. We pretty much covered why that is. Oh, they climb trees now? Ooh, no, sir. No, sir. All right, somebody's kid just joined the Army. Got the proud rank of private. Happy, looks like a happy maybe wife and mom. Let's see, your man is supposed to be your safe space, not another battle in your life. Yeah, that's true. Your spouse should not be a battle, whether it's your husband or wife. That should not be a stressful person like that. 25,000 from. Okay, so this is ages 40 to 89. Yeah. All right. So let's take a look and see what we can. 25,000. I'm guessing that's gonna be in the 40s, right? I'm guessing that's gonna be the 40-year range, but we'll take a look here and see. We'll do $25,000 worth of coverage. Was it a male or a female? Let's see. It doesn't tell me what the gender of the person that they are illustrating there. We're going to do female though, because females are less expensive, and that's usually what they use for their advertisements. So how much is a $25,000 whole life insurance policy for a female? We're going to do 40 years old. Let's see. 40 years old. Let's see what we can do. Yeah, $31 a month. I would go to Mutual, or actually I don't know if Mutual of Omaha is going to do that. But yeah, if they're 40 years old, there's American Amicable. We talked about that. I would probably go with them over this one. I'm just not familiar with this company, so that's the reason why. But yeah, it seems to be an accurate price. That's probably going to be for a female aged 40 years old. Obviously, the older you get, the more expensive it's going to cost, or it's going to be. What kind? Looks like he caught a snake. Yeah, no waiting period, whole life insurance. This is just, I mean, like I said before, there's no conditions that certain conditions there's going to be a waiting period. Now, when they say no waiting period, that could mean that they have access to multiple carriers and they will try to find you day one coverage. But at the end of the day, there's certain conditions that there's going to be a waiting period. So. Let's see, heart problems, COPD, past cancers, diabetes. Yeah, previous health conditions. That means that, like, if you had a heart attack, if you had cancer, like one-time occurrence multiple years ago, several years ago, they probably don't count that against you. COPD, there are certain carriers that would be more lenient on that. Diabetes isn't a huge deal anymore as long as it's controlled. So. The median cost of a funeral is $8,300. That's about right. That's actually a fairly decent assessment. I'm licensed in state to state, so East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, all of the states except for the Northeast. Like there's a few states up north that I don't have my license in, like New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut, Rhode Island. But yeah, I've seen it's around $8,300. I like this because it's so it's not saying the 40,000, 50,000. It's not saying any of that. It's saying this is what the funeral costs. Let's see what how much that's going to cost your family. I like that. It's more honest than all of the other ones that I've seen. Oh, it's one of these. It's going to be a an information gathering thing. Woodman Life. I've heard that they are fairly decent. They're a fairly decent company. I haven't heard anything bad about them at all. Now, when they have like as little as $971 a month, like if the life insurance companies themselves advertise, like this is a life insurance company. This isn't like somebody trying to get your information. So if a life insurance company advertises, then more than likely they are going to be more honest. And as you see here, it says it's based on a 10-year term policy for a 30-year-old female, preferred status non-smoker. So this is what they base it on. Now, 971. That's that's a good price. That's a good price, and I mean at that price you can't really haggle over a dollar or two. So if you are comfortable with Woodman Life, by all means you should use them. But I mean, for like $10, I mean, you're not going to haggle over it like a dollar. You're not going to switch life insurance companies for instead of paying $10, you're going to pay $7. But I'll take a look. I'll do a comparison of this, and just to see what the cost is here. So I'm going to put. She was in excellent health. I think it was $250,000, and a 10-year term policy. That's another thing, right? If you're 30 years old, my recommendation would. It's mostly always to get a 30-year policy unless you're 45 or older, then it's a 20-year policy. Or until all of your obligations are met. But I'm guessing that we're going to be at least $2 less expensive. Or $856. Okay, so Woodman is $971. We're $856, roughly 10% less expensive. But yeah, so you can't. I wouldn't haggle over a dollar. They're a good company. If that's something you're interested in, I'd probably submit that application. I wouldn't go for the 10-year term. I go for at least a 20 to 30-year term. At least a 20-year term. That way, you got the coverage longer. You can always add more coverage. Yeah, see, look, the 30-year term is just $15. Why not? Why not? And if you wanted to do 500,000, $24.17. I would probably do. What is $1 million for 30 years? $40. So a healthy mother could get $1 million worth of coverage for $40 a month. All right, I don't think anybody's going to join here, guys. I think I'm alone now. Ooh. So I might stop this stream and try a different format possibly.